Welcome back, everyone. In episode 4 of our Roblox Scripter beginner tutorial series, we're going to be discussing variables. The first thing that I want you guys to do is I want you to go back to our printing script. And this script is already going to get pretty long if we keep utilizing it, so we're actually going to be disabling it. So the first thing I want you to do is right-click our script, and you'll notice all the way near the bottom here, it says Disable Scripts. Go ahead and click on that. What disabling our script does is it tells the engine, do not run this code. Do not run this script. It ignores the script so it won't play in the game. Some good use cases for this is if you're testing code or if you're running it live on your game, it allows you to edit the code without worrying about it actually affecting the gameplay when you're doing updates. Or if you just simply want to shelve a certain feature or system in your game, you can just hit disable and not have to worry about it affecting gameplay. We're going to go ahead and make a brand new script for our variables. So let's go ahead and add a script like before. And we're going to rename the script. Now, a quicker way to actually rename your script is to hit F2 and then we can rename it. So we'll call this one variables. Now, we'll hit Control A. We'll delete this code here. Now, the first thing we're going to do is a simple variable just to show how it works. Now, I want you to think of a variable as a box. We have a local and global type variable, and we'll go into what local versus global is in another later episode. But just know that the best use here is to always use local variable unless you're strictly otherwise wanting to make it global, but that's very rare to ever use. We're going to hit local, and then we're going to name our variable. The name is nothing more than a label that you're slapping onto your box. You can name it whatever you like, but most people, when they're doing the naming, you're going to do the first part of the name, the first word of the name is lowercase, and then every word of that label afterwards is capitalized. So my variable is great. And we will equal this to a certain value. So in this case, let's make our variable equal to just the word hello there. Now, when we print our variable, it is actually going to look inside of our box, our variable, and it's going to take out this string that we have here, hello there, and it's going to put it into our output via a print statement, which we've discussed before. So my variable is great. Now, if we run this and we go to the output, there it is. Hello there. That's our variable. So these are how variables, for the most part, work. It's assigning a value to something and then being able to use that in the future. Now, there are a lot better use cases that we'll go over in our next episode about properties, which we can use variables to change properties or assign certain properties or even parts in our game. But for this episode, we're just going to make things a lot more simple by just using the things that we learned in the last episode. So our string, our Boolean, and numbers. So we don't have to actually make a variable over just string. We can actually do it over numbers. So we'll make my number is equal to that of 100. One thing I wanted to touch upon that you may have noticed was there seems to be something trying to type out the code for you. This is a code assist. It's up to you whether to use it or not. It will save you time in repetitive tasks, but at first when you're learning, it can kind of become a crutch because it will type out code for you that you would otherwise not have learned yet, and it can make you feel like you're making progress when in reality you're becoming very reliant on the code assist. So my suggestion for you is use it for the more repetitive tasks, but try not to use it as much when it comes to writing new code or practicing new concepts that you have not learned yet, so those can stick to you. If we hit tab, we'll accept what the code assist is trying to type out, and there we go. It types out print my number. Now if we run that one more time, we'll now see hello there and our 100. So I'm going to type one more variable and we'll just go over it. So again, local my Boolean is equal to that of true. And then print, hitting tab. Now, again, one thing I wanted to try to get through to you is that think of a variable as nothing more than a box. Your name is your label that you're placing on the side of your box, and whatever's inside of your box is your value. We can make this value whatever we want, and this allows us to be able to utilize this variable in functions and other places in our code, but we'll be going over that later, so no need to worry about that quite yet. But rather, what I want you to focus on for today and for this learning assessment is I want you to just create more variables and get used to writing them and what you can do with them. Experiment if you'd like. Make sure to go down into the comments again. Paste your code, show everyone what you've been personally working on, as long as you're comfortable with that. And I think that's going to be all for today, guys. But I will see you in the next episode where we'll be discussing the properties